What's up, guys? Welcome to Run It Back with Blair Bomber. I'm Jamie Foxx, not that Jamie Foxx. I mean, the one who was in the movie about with Shia LaBeouf, and then they, like, the computers were taking over everything, and then he had to try to wait. Was Jamie Foxx in that? He definitely wasn't in that. What am I thinking of? What's the Jamie Foxx movie with him and Shia LaBeouf? Man. You know, when I started the podcast, I was like, I'm firing on all cylinders today. Everything's just going to make sense. Because I wasn't going to record, because I was like, you know what, I don't have much time before I get out and go to work. And then I was like, you know what, dude? Just suck a dick and record this shit. And that's what I did. I went next door and was like, dude, I got to get in the right frame of mind to record a podcast. So shove your cock in my mouth. Blair, early with the dick sucking references, man. Early. What's wrong with you? I don't know. I'm doing good. How are you guys? Here's what I did this weekend, which it's like, Blair, you gotta just relax. Okay, couple things to cover. Couple things I gotta cover. Went out with my boy Terry Saturday. Dominatrix recap. That's today. And then Seahawks fucking it up. They did that yesterday. And there's something else I think I was going to go over. Show coming up. Maybe, maybe not. All right. Whatever. We're just going to go into it. So, God, how annoying is that when I clear my throat on the podcast? I bet that's so annoying. My guy Terry, he came to town, and I've been saying for like how many weeks now, I gotta slow down. I gotta relax. I gotta chill out. But when your boy comes to town, you don't really have a choice. You kind of just have to match whatever energy they're putting down, so then you can ride with the team. Because you only have so many rides. Okay? You only have so many times you can go out with the boys, get a little sideways, and make some mistakes. And mistakes were made. So I did it with Terry. Terry's one. If you don't know who Terry is, Terry, aka Turi, aka Fat Chris Brown, aka are you skinny fat or are you just fat? One of those guys. He came. He had some boys out here in Austin, so he came out here and we hung out. And we went out and we went to this bar. It's called Bungalow. And Bungalow, big outdoor seating area. They have all like the picnic tables and shit. So it's all distance, right? It's supposed to be distance. Oh, also I talk about possibly messing up this date I'm supposed to go on tomorrow because I'm an idiot. All right. So Terry and I go out. It's me, Terry, his boy, with a group of people, probably like 6-7 people. And we get, and they say, hey, look, you guys go stand. This is your table is here. That's where you guys are going to be. And people are kind of up, but they're up in their own area. You know, people aren't moving around. People are kind of in their own pod. And that's how the night starts. And we're drinking and we're doing shots because I'm a shot goblin. Shout out Matty Boyd. Matty Boyd, who called me a shot goblin. And I said, hey, man, I never stopped thinking about you calling me a shot goblin. And he's like, what's a shot goblin? It's like, dude, you made that up. I'll take it, though. I'll take it. Like, fuck off. I'll have it. It's mine. Making t-shirts. So we're drinking, we're hanging out, and it's so funny because they had a DJ there, and the music was good. And when I get the liquor in me, dude, when the juice is flowing, your boy just wants to dance. I love to dance. I'm just a walking TikTok video without the camera or the talent. Okay, I'm just happy to be there, and I'm trying to be responsible. I have my mask, but I'm still drinking, and you can't drink with a mask on, so you're not being that responsible. And what was funny to me is they had the DJ, and the DJ is doing the thing where they're like, yo, put your mask on. Yo, put your mask on. 1, 2, 3, put your mask on. Mask. It was so corny, so cheesy, and people are like, okay, I'll put a mask on. And even though people were distanced at first, as you get more booze in you, and as the women start to take their masks down, we see how hot they are, even before they do that. You're going to shoot. You're going to shoot all the shots. So I walk up to every girl. I'm like, can I stand next to you and ask you if you're single? And they're like, yeah, of course. And it was my brain was just firing in overdrive, dude. I was like a guy who just did a long stint in prison in a whorehouse. I'm just like, all right, anything will do. Just fucking someone look at me. I haven't seen women in forever. And the funny part is nothing happened. Like, when you're like me and you're too on, I just can't. I'm like a dog with like 6 different balls, bones. It's like, I don't know. Like, I'm going to go and chew on this string, and then I'm going to go in the corner, and there's a little fucking cone, and then I'm going to rip up somebody's shoes, and then I'm going to ask a girl if she's into anal. That's just what I'm going to do. So there was no woman that walked away like, man, Blair was a real catch. I hope he calls me. No, all of them were just thinking the same thing. Like, this guy has not blinked in 15 minutes because PEDs were in play. Ugh. But what I thought was so funny is you can only control people so much. So we start partying. It turns into like an actual party. Like this back patio. It was like the back of a frat house. No one's distance. Everyone's mastered down. The music's awesome. And the DJ would have to do once every hour and a half. The DJ would bring the music down to almost nothing. And then go, everybody sit back at your table. It was like a rowdy middle school lunch. So I remember going to the bathroom, coming back, and everyone was being quiet. I was like, wait, am I punked? What are we doing here? Why are people being all quiet? And Terry's like, come sit down. We have to sit down. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, people aren't distanced, so now we have to sit down, and we're basically in timeout. And that lasted for maybe 10 minutes. Everybody would go back to their table, sit, chill, drink, talk. And the second the DJ started putting that music back up, it was an EDM concert, and there was some hip hop involved, but you know what I mean. I can't do tones. I can't do beats. Not a big beat guy. And then 20 minutes later, everyone's back to doing their own thing. People were dancing. People getting fucked up. It was just what a great example of what America is. It's like, hey, everybody, reel it in. Go back to lockdown. And then people were like, yeah, of course. That's smart. We should all chill out. We're in this. Let's all chill out together. We're fine. And then someone gets horny or a little drunk, and they're like, fuck these rules. These rules suck, dude. And we would just go right back into it. Now, did your boy spend too much money? Yeah, I did. Put my card down, and I was just ordering beers for the table for us, but like not for a lot of people. And then I forgot it was open, and that's always a mistake. That's a rookie mistake to leave your card open and not close out. Close it out every single time, dude. If you're with the boys, always clear your tab out. Don't be that guy who's leaving it open, because people will take advantage of that. Not saying those boys did. I'm saying that I did, and I think other girls at the table might have ordered some shit off my tab. Not cool, because none of them sucked my cock at the end of the night. So it's not really okay for you to be ordering your friends fucking cherry bomb ciders, all right? Shit's annoying. Get my tab back. It's like $200. I'm like, fuck. And they're smart. They included the 20% tip. I'm like, oh, you fucking slut. That's a chintzy move. But then I thought, dude, how many times have I gone out with my boys and they've covered most of it, and I've only given a percentage back? Most times probably. But there's like an understanding. Like, I'm broke and they have money. And all I can really offer you is just a good time. Like, I'm good people. I'm good people. I'm good people. So then, of course, pay the tab, whatever. And now I'm looking at these Ubers. Uber's like $25. By the way, any chance of bringing a woman home it's just not happening. One girl said to me, she goes, how tall are you? I'm like, you're looking me in the face. You know how tall are you? She's like, I'm 5'9". I'm like, I'm 5'6". She's like, you look tall. I'm like, yeah, I am taller than that. But if I said I'm 5'10", you'd say I'm shorter than that. So fuck you. I'm a nurse. Yeah, okay. I'm 5'8", and I'm not a nurse. And I hope somebody dies on your table, and I hope it's your fault. I hope you don't bring the scalpel in time. Scalpel! And you're like, oh, which one's the scalpel? And then somebody dies because of that. How tall are you? Shut up, bitch. Shut up, bitch. No, she's a nice girl. I think her name was Mia. Not sure though. But it's just, I also respect it. Because at some point, women just, I give you all the kudos because there are so many hot women with ugly guys, and they compromise because they don't want to be alone. I get that. So for them to say, "Hey, you got to be this tall to ride this ride," yeah. Look, dude, I get it. I'm 5'8", I'm bald, and all of my teeth are fake. Okay, I get it. But it does kind of. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt when they say, "Hey, how tall are you?" Too short. Not the rapper. I'm saying you are too small to fuck me. Damn. It hurts the ego, but then it's like, whatever, dude. What are you gonna do? This is just, you can't get taller. And I was wearing my docs. I was like 1.5 inches, 2 inches taller that night. And she was still like, nah, not for me. That's a no for me, dog. But look, the night's over, and I don't know, man. Whenever I have a night where I get kind of, all the way up, I like to come down with a nice walk. Because I lived about 1.6 miles from this bar. Totally walkable. Wasn't that cold. It had rained earlier, but it was nicer now. And then the Uber was $30. I'm like, I'm just going to go for a walk. And there's something about going on these walks that even though I'm fucked up, it does kind of clears my head a little bit. Not of the booze, still hammered, but it does clear my head. And I start just thinking about all this stuff, and I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I at the bar? Why am I spending money? Why am I on the apps? Why am I talking to a dominatrix? What am I doing? What happened to me that now I'm just going so the other way, that now I've become like this deviant niche of a dude? Like, there was a time when all I wanted someone to do was hold my hand. Can you just hold my hand? That's it. Hold my hand for me. Hold my hand and my dick will get hard. It will get hard if you hold my hand. And now I'm over here fucking like, maybe it's the pandemic. It's just not truly what's going on with. It's not indicative of how I would be living if it wasn't for this. But now that I'm in Texas, things are more normal, so I should just start cleaning my act up. And I think I'm going to. And that's why that walk was so nice. It was so important because I go on this walk and it's very self-reflective. I'm like, these are the things that I'm doing that I don't really need to do anymore. I don't need to do drugs anymore. No more drugs. No more drugs. Okay? And it wasn't like I was even doing drugs hard before. It was just like, oh, it's there. Okay, I'm here. It's like when you go into a doctor's office and they have the little Hershey kisses, and they're like, hey, do you want? Yeah, they're right there. And you're like, well, if they're there and they're free, then yeah, I guess I'll have 6 lines of Hershey kisses. Yeah, it'd be great. Thank you. Also, shout out Terry for throwing me Venmo. Way more. Terry Venmo sent me so much more money than he was supposed to for what that bar tab was. And I love you forever, Terry. He also bought my silence. Because I saw him kiss hella dudes. Whatever. That would be kind of funny, though, if it was like, if I had to be like hush hush about my boy going out. It's like, yo, man, what's wrong? Why is Terry being so weird? It's like, I can't tell you. No, man, tell me. Nah, I can't. Swear I wouldn't. Come on, dude. All right, you asked 3 times. Yeah, he was making out with this big, tall, fat guy. And Terry likes the fat white boys. What a fucking silly thing to say, Blair. That was just a silly thing to say. But look, I'm understanding this time because I've hit critical mass. It's like, I don't need to chill on the drugs. Blair, liquor, just put it down. I think I'm going to become a wine guy. Have a little glass of wine at the end of every night. Something to... They say a glass of wine's supposed to be good for you, right? So maybe I'll just ditch the beer. You're pretty much drinking liquid bread anyway. Have a little bit of wine at the end of my night, and then I'll be on my way. That sounds like it's a good idea, right? I think that's the healthier way to approach it. I'm not going to go sober. I'm not fucking, not a Mary. What are you, Sally? You don't want to drink any more booze, kid? Your voice feeling giggly today. But, see, I'm noticing all these things in myself. Okay, Blair, chill out on that. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself in moderation. You can just hang. You don't got to do all the things as part of the hang. Like last night, got up, did my set, bombed my ass off. Shout out Sand Jack. That's where you go to eat your own dick. And then my boy Matt and Dean, we go to Chicks. We go to Chicks, and that's it's like a wing place. And I don't know about you guys, but I prefer my wings without bones in them. I don't like bones in my food, dude. I don't know. I think I'm gonna choke on it. I don't know what it is. I just think that I like boneless wings. Those are just chicken tenders. Yeah, I know, dude, and I love chicken tendies. So just give me the sauce that you would put on the wings, on my boneless wings, and I'll call it good. We're hanging out. But then the energy of the boys is they got excited. They're like, we're going to go out. We got some blow on us. We're going to go out and get fucked up. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hang with you guys for a little bit, and then I'm going to disappear. I'm going to just fade to black. You won't see me. And they let me go. And I got out of there, and I went home. And I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning to a call from my boy Matt. Matt goes, hey, man, we're fucked up, and we need a place to crash. Because they both live in opposite ends. Like Matt lives way down in San Marcos, and fucking Dean's cunt ass is way up there in Georgetown. It's like an hour in either way. So I was like, yeah, guys, come over, crash. They come over, these guys saw some shit. They saw like a black versus Latino West Side Story type deal where there was a redneck aggregate who was ready to just stomp both sides into the ground because they scuffed up his cowboy hat. It was just, they came in hot. And I was like, you know what? This is still fun for me. Even though I wasn't there, I feel like I was because they're good storytellers. But I didn't need to do the other stuff. I didn't need to do all the booze and the drug. I don't need to do that. I can just hang out and still take it all in and still laugh and still have fun. Okay, so that's me saying, yeah, Blair, no more shots. And remember last time I said no more shots? I did a bunch of shots. This time, I'm going to say no more shots for a good long while. Until Big Jake comes. Once Big Jake comes to town, then I got no choice. Then we got to just get fucking absolutely hammered. But there's just some people you can't get around that. Okay, so the boys, Terry, okay, let's go dominatrix. Okay, here's what happened with the dominatrix. It got a little fishy. Because what happened is she had all these rules, but then she wouldn't let me see. She wouldn't FaceTime with me. She wouldn't go get a beer with me. She wanted to keep it separate. So I was like, look, I want to make sure you're you. She's like, you don't trust me? I'm like, I don't know you. So I don't trust anybody I don't know. Who meets a stranger and then goes, hey, do you want to watch my kids for me? No. You don't just give a stranger a key to your house and say, hey, do you want a house sit? That'd be great. You seem like you got good energy. That's not how it works. But I'm horny. And her pictures were hot. And then we just go back and forth. We're talking all this shit. And I was like, look, I don't know if I'm down for the glory hole. I'm for sure not down to get tied up. I'm all the way out on that. I need my hands. I saw Basic Instinct when I was like 10, jerked off to it. It was great. But he's also the thing of like the guy gets tied up and he gets stabbed with a fucking ice pick. It's like, who wants to murder me? Nobody. But just the idea that it could happen a lot easier for her if I am tied up than if I'm not tied up is enough to keep me never wanting to be tied up ever. But I'm still fucking horn dog, right? And she's kind of fun, so we're talking back and forth. She said, come over. I'm like, nah, I think I'm good. I think I'm out. And then what we do is I'm like, look, you know what? We're sending pictures back and forth. So in the event that you do see a nude of me, which is my average size hard dick out, and I don't think my face is any of the pictures. I don't think my face is any of the pictures. But if you see that, it's me, and I'm getting ahead of it now because in the event nudes of me leak, which who'd ever want those? Like no one wants those. No one's sitting home like, man, I would love to see this guy naked. No one gives a shit. If they came out and be like, hey guys, I told you this all along that was my dick. I told you all along that was exactly what my dick looked like. It was as advertised. Okay? It wasn't like I was doing the great movie, the great trailer, bad movie thing. Like with Suicide Squad. Like Suicide Squad trailer was like, oh my God, this is going to be the best movie of all time. And you see the movie, it's just a fucking heap of shit. And you're like, but wow, that trailer was pretty fucking good, wasn't it? It's like, yeah, it really was. I'm the opposite. I'm like the guy that there's no trailer. Or the trailer is like, hey, this is kind of what happens. And you see like the twist ending and they give it away in the trailer. Like that's, you see like the bad guy's fighting the good guy and the good guy's about to lose, but he's going to win because there's already been a sequel in the works. Like, Jason Bourne doesn't die after the first Bourne Identity because there's 4 more Bourne movies. That's what my dick is like. I'm like the 4 more Bourne movies. It's like, we know what's going to happen. Bourne's going to live. Blair's dick's going to be average. So look, in the event that does come out, well, you guys know, you heard it here first. Dick pics. I got dick pics out there. Anyway, long story short, your boy needs to relax, dude. And then you want to know just like a prime example of how much of a moron I am. This is how much of a moron I am. I'm so dumb. So I was talking to this girl that I met on Hinge, because I'm still on the apps, because I'm still just trying to find love. I'm on the apps and talking to this girl, and I'm also talking to my guy Big Jake. Now Big Jake, he texts me, he's like, "Hey man, how was your night last night?" And I send him this text. I go, night was wild, spent too much, dropped like 170, 200. I'm an idiot. Talked to hoes. Probably have COVID, got wasted. What are you gonna do? We out here. Sent him that. Looked at my phone. I did not send it to Jake. I sent that to the girl I was talking to. And there's no faster way to find out if a girl's a ride or die than if she reads a text you send to your best friend where you're being kind of blatantly disrespectful of two women by calling them hoes. There's no... And she was like, "It's fine, but we're supposed to hang out on Tuesday." And she goes, "Maybe not. I don't know if we're gonna hang out on Tuesday anymore." I'm like, fuck! Like that, I'm such a moron, dude. Like it takes so much to embarrass me, but like when you do something embarrassing, you immediately get like that anxious, like cot sweats. You like sweating a little, like, oh shit, I just fucked that up. That's exactly what happened, dude. I sent her this, and I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't. She was like, "It's fine, but we probably won't see each other." I'm like, yeah. But do you ever do that where like I haven't even hung out with her before? Like I just based off of just us texting back and forth for like an afternoon, and then her pictures are being a total babe. I just think I do all this stuff where I think, okay, this is like gonna be really great. But that's what I'm a half full kind of guy. If I meet someone, I'm like, before I even meet them, I'm thinking like they're probably the one. I've told you this before. I think that I meet somebody on an app, and I immediately plan the rest of my life together. And then if it goes south for any direction, any way, I just assume I lost all of that. Even though it never happened. Even though it probably was never going to happen like that. But then here I am. Just being a goddamn moron. And guys, this is just me. This is just what I'm at. This is where I'm at. This is what I do. I'm an idiot. Anybody finish the Queen's Gambit? Love a good segue. Yeah, what are you going to do? All right. How do we feel? Feeling okay? I feel pretty good about that. Might have to cut out some of it. Got a little bit too high. Got a little bit too dirty in the middle. Might have to cut that out. And if you're hearing this and you're thinking, what was the dirty part? You'd be like, oh, he cut that out, which I did, most likely. All right. We're feeling good? We did it? We're happy about it? What do we say? What do we say, team? We're good? Hold on. Was there something else? I feel like there was something else. Nope. You know what, boys and girls? That was probably it. Yeah. There might not be a clip anywhere in there. I don't, at this point, I don't know. How cool am I? All right, we're out of here.